Hey, what's up, guys? It is Spencer with the Fantasy Fanatics. This is take two, Nathan. So let's hope we get it on this one.
Tell Taylor to
Um,
stay out of the room.
yes, exactly. She came in here, threw my groove off. I thought we had
Unreal.
a good video going. You mentioned the Brian Robinson. Where the hell is Brian Robinson? I told you. I had him at
Unbelievable.
43. You have him at 30. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get him in here. Not going to
He,
happen.
he's going to force his
Well,
way into this video.
we'll go ahead and start off with his counterpart, who is good but not given the chance. I have him ranked at 28th. You have him ranked at 34. Just absolute blasphemy by you.
He sucks. Leonard Fournette, RB1. You're setting it. You're forgetting it every single week. They play at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh offense looks atrocious, and Tampa's defense is great. So Tampa should have the ball quite a bit. You're going to be very happy with Lenny this week.
Yeah, volume is king. J.K. Dobbins is an RB2 this week. He looks good, but what are we doing with Kenyon Drake out there getting, 50%?
And Mike Davis. Mike Davis is finding the field.
Yeah, it's like they're easy. Like against Buffalo, he played like a quarter and a half and then was featured in, and it was all J.K. Dobbins until halfway through the second quarter. And then they started featuring other backs in. I thought it was maybe because of the rain. This time it was like J.K. Dobbins till halftime. So maybe they're trying to like ease him in with like playtime. But he wasn't hurt. He didn't re-aggravate anything. And
Are you nervous about the Gus bus coming back?
I am nervous about the Gus bus. I'm not worried about Kenyon Drake. I could see J.K. Dobbins performing at like 60% of snaps, and I think that's what he'll eventually get into.
Yeah, James Conner, he's going to be in the RB2 tier as well. You love the volume, you love the matchup, you hate the player. He kind of stinks. But he gets tons of opportunity. He should get the goal line work, and they've got an absolute dream matchup at Seattle.
What a time to be alive. Look who is back at the RB1. The RB1.
Tied.
Well, the RB1.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and move Nick Chubb to like 3 in my rankings. But Saquon Barkley, absolute stud. I think we talked about this last week. If it's PPR, it's Saquon Barkley, standard Chubb. That's fair, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you can't go wrong either way.
No, I know some people probably have both, and you probably didn't have to draft either one of them in the first round. Like, what about a world where you have Jonathan Taylor and them too? Like, Jonathan Taylor hasn't done good right now, but like, you could legit have the 3 top running backs, when they're all fully healthy.
Yeah, there's a chance.
But that's crazy. Saquon Barkley, RB1, he is insane and has the best coach in the NFL.
Aaron Jones finds the top of the RB2 tier. He's at the very top. He's our RB10 this week. Got a great matchup against the Jets. You worry that maybe this is an A.J. Dillon game where maybe they just grind it with him. But Aaron Jones is so explosive when he gets the ball. We've heard other people say it. Free Aaron Jones. If A.J. Dillon wasn't there, he'd be excited for getting RB1 every single week. But since Dillon is there, you can still start him confidently. But he will have those games where he only puts up like 30 yards.
And A.J. Dillon's like a good running back, but like Aaron Jones is so much better.
Yeah.
And like it's weird because you kind of have to force A.J. Dillon in there because he's a guy. But like Aaron Jones is your guy. Like,
yeah.
Trade A.J. Dillon for a wide receiver. How about that? Travis Etienne at 28. I know you don't like to see it, but he is at the top of the bench tier. I have him at 29. You have him at 26. So you're a little bit higher on him. He's starting to get that backfield, it looks like. James Robinson has never been like as explosive as Travis Etienne. And now Travis Etienne, we all thought he would get the passing game work. Now he's starting to get some run.
Yep.
So, free Travis Etienne. I think that is legit the same situation as the Packers. You have, a pass catching, quick back, and then you have like a bruiser like James Robinson, A.J. Dillon.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Devin Singletary. Sorry, we're gonna say something about Etienne.
Yeah, I was gonna say something. We both have. I have Aaron Jones. You have Etienne, and they both like get their goal line work stolen from the big bruiser back. So that's so frustrating to watch.
Yeah, both of them are just home run hitters. Big play waiting to happen.
Yep.
Devin Singletary finds the flex category. He's been a lot better than I expected him to do. I'd be a little concerned. They're playing at Kansas City. I could see this being a shootout where it's like just extremely high scoring and, both teams put up like 40. Devin Singletary may not see much work, but hopefully, the Bills' offense has been absolutely clicking. Hopefully, finds the end zone. Other than that, it's basically what you're banking on. It hasn't had an ungodly amount of volume or nothing, but that offense, you want pretty much any piece you can get.
Yeah, he's just not a great player, but like a okay fantasy option. Nick Chubb is the RB2. He's been a stud. Not much to talk about there.
Josh Jacobs.
I was trying to look where we had him too.
Does he have a bye?
He does have a buy, so
Clown, absolute clown. Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon. He is RB1 material. Put him up there. He is right behind Leonard Fournette. He's RB8 this week. They play at New Orleans. Joe Mixon still hasn't been super efficient with his work, but he gets the ball so much. He gets all the goal line work. They could be at the 1. He'll be stuffed 12 times. They'll give it to him for a 13th try and hope he gets in. You love the offense. Hopefully they're starting to pick it up. Joe Burrow has like little to no time every play, so that means dump offs to Mixon.
yeah, Mixon has been just not great this year, but like you know he's going to turn it around at some point.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt is at the top of the bench category for me. He is in the backfield with Nick Chubb. If he wasn't in the backfield with Nick Chubb, would probably be an RB2. It's, if you drafted Kareem Hunt, you probably expected this. 40, 50% of the snaps, not much run work. Going to get some touchdowns, but not going to get, the goal line touches most of the time.
Yeah. CMC, new head coach. So hopefully new CMC. He's got PJ Walker this week because Baker is going to be out for a little bit. Hopefully that is in CMC's favor because I think PJ Walker looked better than Baker.
I think that he'll get more touchdown opportunities. I don't think he'll dump it off as much as
because PJ can scramble. So
yeah, that could take away some of the running work. But as a CMC owner who is obviously biased, give him the ball 25 times. And he's going to do something good. He's like, I think we talked about it. Him and Nick Chubb are the only running backs who have scored 10 plus standard points every single week.
Yeah.
Like just consistent as hell. But I'm doing.
Yeah, you're still my players.
It's weird to rank Jonathan Taylor at a place that's not one, but you can't put him ahead of those guys until he starts playing like those guys. He had that great first week when we were like, oh, this is why this guy was the first overall pick. He's just going to get the ball 30 times a game. He's going to go for 200. But he has not been good ever since. He's been dealing with injury. I hope that injury doesn't linger for weeks, and I hope he plays. So we're obviously being optimistic on a Tuesday, saying he plays, but long rest.
Yeah, he almost played last week on a short week, so hopefully he'll be back in.
Yeah, and the only thing that worries me is this is the exact same situation with Keenan Allen. Is he was supposed to maybe have a chance on that short Thursday night week 2. We're going on week 6 and we still haven't seen him.
Yeah, but those are two very different injuries.
What did Keenan Allen hurt?
Is it his a hammy?
I can't remember what his was.
I think it's a hammy.
Nobody ever confirmed what Jonathan Taylor's was. If it's a high ankle sprain, I just really hope that doesn't linger.
Yeah, AJ Dillon, he finds the back end of RB2. They play the Jets. AJ Dillon's at the bottom of the RB2, Aaron Jones at the very top. I could see a shite ton of volume for both. I expect them to absolutely murder the Jets. Coming off a loss in London, it's a get-right game for the Packers. I think they'll score a bunch.
Yeah, you have him at 15. I have him at 23, so I'm a lot lower. I just don't think he is like as close to being as good as Aaron Jones, and I just hope that they realize that and start just.
Yeah, Keenan Allen's is a hamstring, by the way.
It is a hamstring?
Yes.
So that's probably worse than what Jonathan Taylor has.
Yes.
But both can linger, and let's just hope Keenan Allen can get back this week. It doesn't sound optimistic, though. Jeff Wilson is above J.K. Dobbins. Me and you joke about this every week. ESPN, ranks him. I think they have him ranked at 5th this week. Somebody on there has him at 5th. They're always so much higher than we are in Jeff Wilson, but maybe they were ahead of the curve. All right, we started off ranking Jeff Wilson at like 30. He's moved up to 14th in our rankings.
Yeah, Debo doesn't get quite as much running back work as he did last year. Maybe that's because Jeff Wilson is a guy. Do you think when Elijah Mitchell comes back, Jeff Wilson still gets enough volume to be serviceable?
Yeah, I meant to text you this earlier. I don't think so. I think Elijah Mitchell's the better running back.
Yeah, me too.
I think Jeff Wilson probably gets 3 to 4 carries a week when Elijah Mitchell gets back. I think they love Elijah Mitchell for good reason. He's a really good running back. I think this is purely just Kyle Shanahan's offense.
Yeah. Tyler Allgaier comes up next. He is our RB27. He's going to slot in right behind Kareem Hunt. He's on the bench. He's like technically the lead back right now, but the offense does not look good. No Kyle Pitts last week. They couldn't get anything going. And Mariota's plays kind of taking a downturn, and that only affects Allgaier. Allgaier looks like an okay player, to be honest.
Yep.
So maybe if Desmond Ritter comes in and turns the offense around and Allgaier is their guy, maybe he's a flex play, but not this week.
Yep. He's got to hurry up too before Cordero gets back.
Yes.
David Montgomery is going to move in the flex right above Devin Singletary. I was thinking, should I move him RB2? But we'll get to that a little bit later. Who's the RB2 flex cutoff? But David Montgomery comes in at 23 in our rankings. Faces Washington. He didn't get a lot of volume last game, but he scored a touchdown and had like a long catch, if I'm not mistaken. Might be. But David Montgomery is at 23 for us.
Austin Eckler finds the RB1 tier. He is our RB4 this week against Denver at home. He's been on an absolute tear recently. You're setting it. You forget it. He's been absolute money.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara moves back in the top 10. That was short-lived of having him, outside of the RB1. I think if it's half PPR, I was thinking about maybe right here or up here. Standard, I think he goes right here. PPR, half PPR, I think he moves right there. Taysom Hill is stealing his touchdowns. I don't think that will continue.
Me neither.
Alvin Kamara scores a crap ton of touchdowns like every year. And he's a really good running back who doesn't need to be getting his touches stolen by a tight end at the goal line. But Alvin Kamara is a stud. I think he's back in that RB1 conversation. He looked really healthy. Was facing Seattle. He gets Cincinnati this week, so a little bit tougher matchup, but hopefully he can still produce.
Ramondre Stevenson, he is a RB2 tier for us this week. Looked really good in the absence of Damon Harris. So if Harris misses again, you're playing Stevenson. He's got at Cleveland, who's got okay defense. Pretty good, actually. But he's my RB14. Spencer's RB11. He looked really good last week. Pretty explosive. Hopefully he can keep that up with Bailey Zapp, just zapping the ball around, giving it to Stevenson quite often. And when even when Damon Harris is there, he's looked really good with his touches. So maybe it's a little mini breakthrough for Ramondre Stevenson.
Steven season. The cutoff will be right here. Clyde will move into the flex. I can't say that Clyde is a RB2 with how last week looked. It's going to be a crap ton of points. He'll probably score 3 touchdowns this week. That's just how that works. Patrick Mahomes gets him down to the 2, and they do little shovel passes or toss it to Clyde. But he's losing volume. He doesn't look like the best running back there. I think there's an argument to be made that he looks like the 3rd best running back there behind Pacheco and behind Jerick McKinnon. Jerick McKinnon looks like the best running back there, clearly.
Yeah, the sell high window for Clyde is probably over.
Try it one more week. I mean, if you can, because he's probably moving outside of our top 30 in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook, though, he's our RB6 this week. Finds the RB1 tier. They've got a decent matchup at Miami. Dalvin Cook, complete stud. Hopefully the shoulder holds up. That'd be my only concern. Absolute touchdown machine when he's in there, though.
Yep, your guy, Breece Hall.
Dog.
He is getting the backfield. Hopefully his snap share goes up this week. He's a catch monster. He looks explosive. He had a huge week. I think he had almost 200 scrimmage yards.
199 total yards with like 3 touchdowns vultured.
Yeah, obviously the 80-yard catch, that's not going to happen every week, helped that a lot. But, I could see him being an absolute stud. Catch monster. Should get a lot more touchdowns that he's having. Somebody go tell Saleh, Breece Hall is bigger, faster than Michael Carter.
Better.
Like, why are you using Michael Carter, who's a small running back, as your goal line running back?
Makes no sense. I don't think that's going to continue.
The thing is, the most painful thing is they ran the same play for Michael Carter twice. It was the one where Breece Hall was on the other side of Zach Wilson, fake the handoff to Breece Hall, and toss it out to – it was so frustrating. I know for you especially.
Very.
But better days are ahead for Brees Hall, and that's crazy to say with 5 fantasy points.
Yeah, I could see RB1 days incoming.
Yep.
James Robinson finds our flex tier right behind Clyde. Pretty nervous that he's losing that backfield to Travis Etienne. He has not looked good recently. He started off the season very hot. He's kind of faded recently. Hopefully, he gets it turned around at Indy. Not the easiest of matchups, as Indy's defense has picked it up recently.
Yeah, he always looked kind of slow.
Built like a bowling ball.
Yeah, and he's just they know Travis Etienne's the more explosive one. They're going to start giving him more chances. James Robinson, I would try to sell so hard. I know it's kind of hard because he's had back-to-back 3-point weeks, but you got to try.
Yeah.
Raheem Mostert is at RB2 for us. We have him at RB20 versus Minnesota. He's starting to get a backfield too. It looked like the Chase Edmonds show when the year started.
Chase Edmonds is now their RB3, by the way.
Yeah, it's the Raheem Mostert show. He looks good in his touches. He looked good in San Francisco when he got the ball. And now he looks good in Miami when he's getting the ball. So
Raheem must start.
Oh,
my guy, my main man, Kenny Walker. If you've watched the previous videos, you know I have been quite the critic of Kenny Walker. He has not looked. He had like a long touchdown run. Other than that, he has not looked good. But, rookie running back getting opportunity. Maybe it'll be more like Brees Hall. And, Etienne's second year starting to get into the groove. Hopefully he can grow in that. And if he's the main guy, I really like his talent and potential, but he hasn't looked good so far. Having said that, he should get a ton of volume. They play versus Arizona at home. So hopefully Kenny Walker gets fed. I would love to see what he can do.
Yep. Cam Akers will be at RB29 for us this week. Facing Carolina, so a tough matchup who Jeff Wilson just absolutely destroyed last week. But Carolina has a good defense. I think that was an outlier. Cam Akers just isn't good. They don't get down to the goal line to score touchdowns with. He's like a touchdown-dependent flex play, in my opinion, if you do play him. But, this is half-point PPR. He doesn't really get catches. Not much to say about Cam Akers, who I think just kind of is not good right now coming off of his Achilles injury.
Melvin Gordon, he's our RB17, finds the RB2 tier. He's been okay. He's been okay this year. Now that Javante's gone, he's their main man. But is he? They still got Mike Boone. They signed. I'm having a blank. Who'd they sign? I'm having a blank.
Latavius
Murray. For a reason. He hasn't looked good. He fumbles the ball about every time he touches it. But you got to play him just because of the volume. And you got to think that Denver offense is going to start clicking. They got too much talent not to.
Yep. Ezekiel Elliott. We keep saying every week, this might be the last week of Zeke. I thought he looked a little bit better last week against the Rams. But Tony Pollard busted off one of the best runs I think I've seen all year. Did he score? I think he did.
Tony Pollard, yeah.
Yeah, on that 50-yard touchdown. Like I said, that was one of the more impressive runs I've seen all year. He looked really good. I thought he looked like kind of prime Zeke.
Yeah, and you're not going to be seeing that from Zeke this year.
No, and he looked fast. He was, trucking people. Not Zeke, of course. Tony Pollard.
Yeah, Tony Pollard.
He's got to be taking over that backfield. We say it every week. The only reason he's getting touches is because Jerry Jones. But yeah, Zeke at 25 for us against Philly. Tough matchup. Could be down.
Yeah.
Could be down. So
best team in the league right now.
Second best team. But yes, that is the running backs video. Make sure you check our Twitter out, the FF Fanatics 3 website, the fffanatics.com. Tomorrow, game day. I'm ready. No, I'm not ready. It's Washington versus the Bears. What am I kidding?
I will be ready.
We thought that we thought Denver versus Indianapolis was bad. Wait till this shit show.
This is gonna look like a JV game.
This will look, woo. But that will be it. Make sure you ask questions on the YouTube, Twitter, DM us, whatever, and we will answer all questions. We'll see you in the next one.